Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lily Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County home in Nova Scotia nearly 6 months ago. As of today, there are still no answers, but we're trying hard to find them. Got a lot to talk about, new updates on the other side of this.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. What is wrong with my thing? Sorry, guys. Having a little technical trouble already. Come on, man. Come on, StreamYard. Good to see you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. I don't know why it does this. Bear with me, guys. 1 second. Let's try it again. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is October 21st, 2025. It is currently 6:43 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Hey, I'll try to wake up. I had a little nap. Well, that's good. Sometimes you need a little nap. Hello, Susie. Good to see you. PGH, Nancy, Lily, Pam, Sassy, House Music. Good to see you. Brian, Grace, Pamela, Leslie, Susan, Miss Bartman, Canadian Cookie, Connie, Robin, Sheila, Laurel, Lauren, Lily, 3 L's right there, Mom of an Angel, Robin, Carol. Thank you, Carol. Please share for Justin. Thank you so much. Callie, Miss Bartman, Teresa, Wendy, Jennifer, Snow Angel, Brandy and Indy, Jen, Sheila, Pamela, Hedgie Mame. Good to see you. Valerie, let's see who else. Jennifer, good to see you. Joyous, hello, darling. Robin, hello, sweets. Pamela, Callie, Maria, Leah, good to see you. Good to see everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really, really do appreciate you guys. Tonight we're talking about Jack and Lily Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Since then, there has been no sighting, no trace, no scent, nothing of the children anywhere. The mother and the stepfather said that they walked out the door, vanished into the woods, and now they say that they're not in the woods. They don't believe that they're in the woods at all. Whatever your opinion is on this case is your opinion. We're each one of 8 billion people on the planet, right? Last night we had a really good live, and I cut because it was a long live, but I cut like the most important part under the video if you want to see that. We were talking about, I was reading a message that Daniel sent Sonny, and during that I realized something big, very big. Daniel said months ago what he did, and now we have that the RCMP documents about what the neighbor said. The neighbor completely said the same thing as what Daniel did, the exact path that was taken, which was very, very interesting. The only thing on those two claims is that the timing, right? The neighbors say this is something that happened during the nighttime, throughout the night. Daniel says that happened in the early, like before they called, or while they were calling 911. Now, today there is some new documents, not documents, some new news out. It's the same as it was yesterday, and that is that the RCMP doesn't have anyone on camera that night of doing anything, right? Right? And that's nothing really new at all, because if they had someone on camera, that would change a lot of things, right? So we're gonna go over that. Which rule of these claims M had them taken? Oh, I mean, Malaya didn't have these kids taken. No, not at all. Joanne, thank you so much, my dear. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you. Oh, you got a little chihuahua. That's so cute, my love. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really, really do appreciate you. Daniel was up at midnight, and I believe the timeline fits in. Why even turn the kids' bedroom lights on at midnight, in my opinion? Exactly. And it's very interesting how Daniel does talk about how he goes into the kids' room 12, 12:30. It depends on which time he talks. He says anywhere from 12 to 12:30. He turns on the lights. But the neighbors say that, 1 o'clock in the morning, there's vehicle activity at that house. So that's interesting. But before we get in all of that, guys, do me a favor. Please hit that thumbs up button. Would be so thankful if you did. Okay. Now, I don't like the way the press is putting this personally. Nova Scotia RCMP dispute witnesses accounts in missing children's case. Okay. Because just because the neighbors say that and they saw that and they heard it with their own eyes doesn't mean it didn't happen. No, I do not believe the RCMP believes Daniel. Not at all. Not at all. Kelly, hello, darling. Good to see you. Teresa, Canadian Cookie, Mohawk, Rickson, Autumn. Just because no footage doesn't mean it didn't happen. Where's the footage around there? Let me, show me some cameras around there. There's only 3, 1, 2, 3 or 4 houses right there. That's it. That's it. Thank you so much, Pamela. Good to see you. All right. News never gets it right, and RCMP has been questionable at times. Yeah. So Halifax, Nova Scotia RCMP says that they found no evidence to back up witnesses' accounts of a vehicle driving back and forth early in the morning near the rural northeastern home where the 2 young children went missing in May. Now, I can tell you that it backs up perfectly fine because Daniel said exactly what happened in a text, had no idea that the neighbors, what their words was on this report. Daniel and the neighbors essentially have the same story, except the different times. Spokesperson Cindy Bayers said investigators conducted a thorough review of surveillance footage from the area inland sound station, Nova Scotia, where 6-year-old Lily and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan were reported missing on May 2nd. Okay. Where's the cameras? Where's the cameras? Also, how many days did it take them to get the surveillance? Because I can tell you the one surveillance where they did a piece on with that lady that was like 15 minutes away or something like that. Remember that? It took them weeks. Weeks. The shit's gone by then. It's done. It is sayonara. Most cameras only has maybe 2 weeks if you're lucky before they overwrite. Number one. Right. But those few houses right there, do they have cameras? Do they have cameras at their houses? I don't think so. So, RCMP, what are you saying then? How about you make yourself clear about what you are saying in this? Because this is what is frustrating to people of the public. You say nothing, and then you say, well, they're not in the woods there. And nobody took them. No stranger took them. So what are you saying? They just poofed? Gone? Yeah, it was the end of May. I was shocked that they waited. Even the RCMP said they could have done better in that statement. Diesel, when they said that, they said we should have came around a lot sooner. And the neighbor said, or the people they got the stuff from, she's like, I thought y'all would have been around a lot sooner. And they said we should have probably been around a lot sooner. Yeah, my trail cams have, yes. Yeah. they do, and they can. I don't know, but why would there be cameras up in a tree? Well, I mean, some people have trail cameras and stuff, but the neighbor claims that you could hear um, the the vehicle within pretty much all the entire time, which means it couldn't have went too far. And if they didn't go too far, you have a less likely chance of it being seen on camera. The further someone goes, the more likely they are to be seen on camera. You're in a very rural area, right? Sue, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much, my love. Good to see you. Thank you, Sue. Appreciate you. And thank you for being a member here on the Pearl family. Okay. In an email on Tuesday, Bayer said police, quote, found no evidence of any vehicle activity at that time, and no such driver has been identified, and the presence of a vehicle has not been substantiated as a key element in the investigation. Okay. All right. So, again, just because they found nothing doesn't mean nothing happened. It doesn't mean nothing happened. And I've called the RCMP a few times, more than a few times, and they've always been good. One time I got someone was I felt something was very important, and they just couldn't. They didn't. The woman that I spoke to, she just like she's like, well, how does that? And I'm trying to explain to her, um, but yeah, I mean, most of the time they're okay. But I think they dropped the ball. I do think that they dropped the ball. I don't think that they don't seem as aggressive as you would find in like the United States, in my opinion. Maybe they are. I don't know. Um, they do some great things, and I always support law enforcement. I do. But I feel like they could have, especially in the beginning, done better. Done better. I know I mean, they've made their, you know, colossal F ups in the past, but everybody does, unfortunately. It's the human element of it, but we just can't have this with Jack and Lily. We really can't have this with Jack and Lily. They've been failed pretty much since, well, I mean, in my opinion, since the moment they moved into that place, right? And this is the thing. law enforcement, you've got to watch the words very, very carefully. It says we have no evidence of that. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. You can't say that the kids aren't in the woods. This is no foul play, and nobody, you know, there's no vehicle that operated within that period of time. You can't, because then what else exists? What else exists? You can say, oh, well, they went in the woods, but you guys are saying they're not there. And you don't have any evidence to suggest that they were ever in the woods. You have just as much evidence to suggest that they were in the woods as a car. Yes, the blanket was planted. Daniel even acknowledges the blanket was planted. Daniel has said the RCMP said it was planted. If you cannot how can I say it? If you don't know what happened, right? How are you ruling out definitively, but also saying we're keeping all options open? You get what I mean? Justin, in my opinion, they didn't have anything. They wouldn't have went and grabbed footage from the neighbor in Glengarry station 2 weeks later. It was longer than 2 weeks. It was longer than 2 weeks, Daphne. I'm pretty sure it was long. And yeah, I think they've got to have something, right? But law enforcement can lie. They can lie to us. So we just have to go with what we know and what we think and all of that. Mom first, always 16 months. Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, Mom first, always. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. And thank you so much for your continued support. It really does mean so much to me. Much love to you, my dear. And Paula Walla, Ding Dong. Thank you so much, Paula. Thank you so much for a month. Really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying it here at the Pearl family. Joyous, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Joyous had to go to bed last night. She's like, all right, I'm out. Thank you so much, Joyce. If you guys received one of those pearl necklaces from our dear Mr. and Mrs. Joyous, make sure you please thank them for us. Thank you so much, Joyous, for your continued support. Can't thank you enough, my dear. Good to see you. P.I. Peg, good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Pearl family. Appreciate you. And thank you so much for being a member here on the Pearl family. We got a lot to get into today, guys. So just hang tight. Thank you so much, PEI Peg. Welcome, my dear. And Paula Walla Ding Dong, thank you so much. Again, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much, Paula. Good to see you. Really, really do appreciate that. All right. Here we go. The witness accounts were included in the documents the Canadian press and the other media outlets that the Mounties filed in earlier this year to obtain search warrants for phone records, banking records, and video related to the case. Each document contains unproven statements made by police. The documents say one of those residents, Brad Wong, told police on May 9th that in the early hours of May 2nd, that he heard a loud vehicle coming and going from the family's home on Gairloch Road. And he could also see vehicle lights overtop the trees, and that the vehicle left their address 3 or 4 times after midnight into the early hours. The documents say Wong had told police that the vehicle stopped and remaining in earshot the entire time. About a week after they spoke to Wong, police spoke to Justin Smith, the other nearby resident. Police say Smith told them on May 17th that he had spoken to Wong about the vehicle and that they had also heard it in the early hours of May 2nd. You have two of them. One spoke to the RCMP the day of, right? And there are people, no matter nearly just about anything happens, especially out in like the country or something like that, they will never get involved. They can know something and they'll never get involved. They don't want their name involved with it, whether it'll solve something or not, unfortunately, many times. But I think Justin was the type of person that probably heard it. Or I do believe he heard it, not probably. I do believe he heard it or saw it or whatever he said. And I think once he talked to his neighbor, that his neighbor had already told the RCMP, he's like, okay, well then I need to go tell him as well. I just see them being alive and somewhere hiding them, in my opinion. Well, I hope you're right, Brandy. I hope you're right. But here they're saying no vehicle was involved. Well, they're saying there's no evidence of that. But remember, again, if you go down your street in your drive, or your road, and there's no cameras, the police are going to say we have no evidence that they went down there, down through your street. Doesn't mean it didn't happen, right? Panda, thank you so much, my dear. Devonly Hatfield Tate has been missing 6 months today. Please pray for Jessica, Delvin's mom, Delvin's army. Thank you so much, Miss Panda. Absolutely. We're praying he is found soon, really soon. It's been too long for Delvin as well. Much love to you, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. Hey, Esther, bonjour. Bonjour. Merci for your continued dedication for Jeff. Thank you so much, Esther. Good to see you, my friend. Hopefully you are well. Thank you so much for your support, Miss Esther. Good to see you. Okay. So there's that. Police say that Smith told them on May 17th that he had spoken to Wong about the vehicle and that he also heard it on the early hours of May 2nd. According to the documents, Smith said he later spoke with Wong, who told him the vehicle he heard early that morning belonged to Daniel Martell, the children's stepfather, who lived in the home with their mother, Malaya Brooks-Murray, and said Wong told him he had heard the loud vehicle come 5 or 6 times that night. In an interview from Mr. Martell this week, he claims that it is complete, quote, complete nonsense, end quote. Mr. Martell also says, quote, my vehicle never moved out of the yard that night, and it never moved out of the yard the following day. Why did you take Malaya's car? He told the Canadian press over the phone. He added that at the time the vehicle that the family used belonged to Malaya Brooks-Murray, and it was, quote, not a loud vehicle by any stretch of the imagination. Well, Daniel, yours was sitting, and what were you doing with it? That's the question. Well, you certainly say in other parts. Okay, so some things that for those of you that kind of missed it yesterday, I'll just go over this very briefly. We're going to kind of add on to it, but just what we kind of discovered last night. Okay. All right. So last night we were reading this, and this is the account of Justin Smith and Brad Wong. Justin Smith said he was on a good term with Janie and all of that. On Thursday night into Friday morning, he was up until 1 a.m. on Facebook. At around 1:30, he heard the car on Highway 289 turn around by the railroad tracks. Remember that. It made a noise and went quiet. The vehicle was quiet for about a minute or two, then drove towards Larrig Road, which is 289. He later spoke with Brad Wong, who informed him Daniel's vehicle came and went 5 or 6 times that night. Wong said the car Smith heard was Daniel's. You know your neighbor's car. Okay, right? Now, do I got it here? Let me see here. Okay. Now, look at this. Give me 1 second. I need to find transcript. All right. All right. Now, listen to what Daniel says here. Credit goes to Hunter S. True Crime.
Ran through the back door, the back sliding door, got into the house, grabbed the keys off the end table, because there was 2 sets of keys, right? And then I didn't take my phone. Well, I don't remember taking my phone.
Why does he say 2 sets of keys, first of all? Listen to that.
You know, I tried to go into the front door. Door's locked. Ran through the back door, the back sliding door, got into the house, grabbed the keys off the end table, because there was 2 sets of keys, right? And then I didn't take my phone. But
grab the keys off the end table, because there was 2 sets of keys, right? That's very important. It's going to be very important in this.
I don't remember taking my phone.
Doesn't remember taking phone. Remembers grabbing the keys and 2 sets of keys and everything else, but doesn't remember if he grabbed his phone. He remembers the keys were sitting on the end table.
There's no service out there anyway, not like I can use it.
Mm-hmm.
So I left my phone on the end table. I'm pretty sure I left it on the end table. Investigators would know that for 100%. So grab my keys.
Grab my keys. Listen to him. Grabbed my keys. So I grabbed my keys.
Grab my key or grab the keys.
Grabbed my keys twice. Grabbed my keys, grabbed my keys, grabbed the keys. You were right the first time, Daniel. You grabbed your keys, my keys.
Ran up to the Nissan Pathfinder, and then
Ran up to the Nissan Pathfinder. He wants to make sure that it is a specific vehicle. You don't want, he's not going to say, most people say, jump in the car, or jump in the truck, or jump in the vehicle, not I jump in the Nissan Pathfinder.
that's when I started to search the dirt roads and the culverts, right?
Okay.
Last few days,
Oh, shit. Hold on 1 second. Let me see here.
the days have been very stressful. I mean, ever since the Friday morning, when we noticed that the children were gone,
1 second.
immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there. And as soon as I noticed they weren't there, I immediately jumped right in the vehicle and surveyed all the area, every dirt road, every culvert that I could find. As soon as I seen they were missing, I jumped right in the vehicle and I did every dirt road and searched every culvert. The very first day I wasn't around very much because I was just searching. I was running through the woods, screaming
Yeah.
their name till my throat hurt.
So I went up Lansdowne Road, and that's
Listen, okay. Went up Lansdowne Road. Very important right here. Went up Lansdowne Road. Listen.
I already told investigators this, but that blanket was not there in that tree.
Which direction were you
That
Listen.
would be when I'm coming out the end of the driveway and I'm going right toward Lansdowne Road, over the tracks and then hanging a hard right.
Yep.
So you were coming the direction that would have been visible to you, and you didn't see it.
Yeah, I'd be going. Right at the end of the driveway. I take a right. I'm going up the road.
Across the railroad tracks and then the right up of the dirt road.
Yeah, that's Lansdowne Road where the blanket was found.
Yeah. And then he says he turns around and goes the other way, which is precisely exactly the way that the neighbors say he did. That the car came down to the railroad tracks, goes down there just a little bit, stops for a couple minutes, turns around and goes back at 289, right? And then Daniel says he goes where the next door neighbor is, like the road, the trail behind the mom's RV, which I do believe he's telling us the truth in that. I do believe he's telling the truth in that. However, I absolutely think he's lying on the time. Donna, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. 10 months, girl. Coming in clutch. Really, really do appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much, love. Appreciate you. Joyous, thank you so much, my dear. Justin, do you think Brad or Justin would come up on a live if you approach them, or another channel do that? Thank you so much. One of their mothers comes in the chat here. She comes in the chat, and they know that we support Justin and Brad 100%. Daniel is probably the biggest liar, provable liar that I have ever seen. Just lies for ridiculous things. They are always welcome here. I don't think Justin would. Brad might. I don't know. But they're always welcome here. Like I said, one of their mothers comes in chat here. They know that we support them. It's got to be very stressful. It's got to be very stressful for them right now. Right. Uh, both neighbors aren't going to put this out, especially the second day. I mean, can you imagine your neighbors, God forbid, their kids went missing, and you heard a vehicle throughout the night, and you knows whose vehicle it was, and the next day, the RCMP comes to your house or whatever, and you say, yeah, last night I was up, and I was tinkering out in the garage or laying on the couch or doing whatever, and I know the sound of my neighbor's vehicles, and I heard them going in and out several times last night. Now, maybe nothing, whatever, but I just wanted to tell you that. Most time when kids go missing, the children are found very, very quickly, very quickly. And it's a neighbor's just not going to stir something like that up whenever, I'm sure the neighbor thought, even the day that they reported that the car was coming in and out, that Jack and Lily would have been found soon. So I hate it that Brad and Justin are getting blamed by the one who continually lies on everything. Shenanigans, boss man, come on a chat with us. We have your back. Yes, Shenanigans. Yes, we do have their back. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. We do. We absolutely do. So thank you so much, Shenanigans. Really do appreciate you. All right. We got some things to...
And this is where the blank was found. You can clearly see what's visible from the road.
Wait a second. I want to see something.
And then right up of the dirt road.
Yeah, that's Lansdowne Road where the blanket was found.
And this is where the blanket was found. You can clearly see what's visible from the road. It's like 15 feet from the road. Maybe not even. Yeah, a little more than 15 feet.
So you're out there searching in the woods. How long before law enforcement arrived?
I was told 12 minutes.
Okay.
But then when I looked at the documentation and, asked questions and dug further, it was 22 minutes, I do believe.
And were you at the house when they arrived?
I was actually, when they were arriving, I was actually coming back to the house in the car. And I couldn't park in the driveway because RCMP just stopped in the yard, right?
Okay.
Because they were just starting.
I do believe he had Malaya's car that morning. I do believe that. I absolutely do believe that he had Malaya's car. Oops, crap. 1 second here. Okay. Let's get into this real quick. If you remember, was it on? Let me see here. Was it on Jane, the one Belinda did? Might have been the one Belinda did, where Daniel talks. Give me a second. All right. I want to pull up something here. I want to go to the decibel. If you remember, they did this just a while back. Let me find it, because I don't know what it is. Just bear with me a second.
Back fence, and then they were open. Me and
mother. So it's a trailer in the community of Lansdowne, which is about 100 people in a remote area with no cell phone service in Pictou County. I also reached out to both parents. Malaya is the
Right.
children's mother, and I got a reply from Daniel Martell, the children's stepfather. And Daniel and I got on the phone that afternoon, and we had quite an emotional conversation.
Can you take me through sort of what happened? Like you guys heard the kids playing in the morning, and how did that?
Yeah,
go?
yeah. Lily came into the room multiple times. I mean, me and Malaya and the baby were just in the bedroom. And Lily came in multiple times. So yeah.
He doesn't say what they were doing in the bedroom. Me, Malaya, and the baby were just in the bedroom. Doesn't say what they were doing.
I seen her that morning, and Jack was out playing in the kitchen, I'm guessing, and they slid open the.
Jack was out playing in the kitchen, I'm guessing. Daniel, you said he was playing in the kitchen, but you also said he could, he usually gets on the counter and he gets foods at his own free will, even though the refrigerator has a lock on it. And you also said that his jacket was missing, and now that's conveniently found, just the same as the 2 shirts that you blamed Malaya for having has now suddenly been found. I don't believe those shirts have been found of Daniel's at all. Daniel wears the same shit every day.
The back sliding door. It's almost like silent to hear it slide open. But they slid it open. The boots were right beside the door. And just proceeded to, I'm guessing, play outside, and then they must have just got out to the back fence, and then they were gone. As soon as I seen that they were gone, I immediately jumped in the car, did all the dirt roads, did all the culverts, checked over the rivers, the streams. I did everything. I did any with the.
Now, the only river that's around there is the Pictou. Is it the Pictou River? Is that what it's called? What did Sarah say? Where's Sarah? Sarah, did you have a baby yet? You got a baby yet, Sarah? I was thinking about you. Hey, Dukes, good to see you, hon. Yeah, it does sound familiar, doesn't it? Middle River and Elma River. What's the one in front of there on the other side? It's kind of like in front of their house, Daphne. Like, not in front, but not too far. Is that the little... Oh, fuck, I can't remember what it is. Okay, here we go.
Vehicle could take me, I did.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I got back home, like 10 minutes later,
But right here
the
he
rivers,
says, I checked the rivers.
the streams, I did everything.
The stream.
I did. Anywhere the vehicle could take me, I did.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I did everything. I did. Anywhere the vehicle could take me, I did.
Anywhere the vehicle could take me, I did. No babies yet? Anywhere the vehicles could take me, I did. Now, Daniel also told me once that he never went on any path, went on any path of like a trail or anything like that, which I found interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let me fix this. 1 second.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I got back home, like 10 minutes later, I immediately went out on foot till the officers got here.
What were
Hold on. Oh, that's interesting.
Went out on foot.
As soon as I got back home, minutes later, I immediately went out on foot until the officers got here. Until. Well, I thought he got there and the officers said, Martell or Mattel, stay here or something like that. Am I wrong?
So the officers got here.
I immediately went out on foot till the officers got here. So he would have had to have, in 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, he would have had to check all the streams, all the rivers, the lakes, the trails or the dirt roads, the culverts, all of that. He would have had to get back home. With what time left, I have no idea. And check on foot. And then when the officers got there, he comes back and the officers say he can't go out. Now, you can't do that in that amount of time. It's just impossible. I know he's super Daniel. And I know he's super Daniel mathed up, probably. But you can't do all of that. Now, in my opinion, he could have done more during the nighttime, in my opinion. But you can't do all of this in 10 minutes. So I think he probably did go looking at streams and rivers and all of that. I think that is his anchor lie. But I just think the timing is off.
What were the conditions like in the woods when you were running?
The conditions are thick. My cousin said that she talked to some searchers, and they said they've been over on 500 different searches, and this is one of the hardest ones I've ever seen.
Yeah, because they weren't in the woods to begin with. They weren't in the woods right there to begin with. There's nothing to find of them. Justin, but in his uniform. It's bad. Bad.
What makes it so difficult? Is it the thick woods, or what is it?
The lies.
The thick woods, the train, the elevation throughout the train.
Late lies.
Okay.
Hey, Andrea.
It didn't matter to me though. I was going up to water up to my waist, and well, the helicopter.
Thank you so much, Jen. Do you believe certain areas should be rechecked? I do. Yes, I do believe certain areas should be rechecked, in my opinion. Specifically, the lakes. I think they need a specialist to do that. Law enforcement just aren't specialists when it comes to the water stuff, and every day law enforcement, and they do the best they can. They're just not trained. They'll pass up something and say, nope, not in here. And then you get a specialist 20 years later. Not only are they in there, sometimes they're in a whole car. Right. They don't got a lot of resources. That's right. It's it's not a populous area, right? And law enforcement's resources are stretched the way it is. So, what did Daphne say? So there's a pic of Daniel holding a striped bass in water up to his waist. Where is that? Yes, I've got that. He's got a couple like that, actually.
You just sit there watching me, hovering above me.
So all three adults that were on the property at the time the children disappeared.
All cops would just sit there watching me, hovering above me.
So, Daniel, are you paranoid to say that they were watching you? They weren't watching for Jack and Lily? Okay.
So all three adults that were on the property at the time the children disappeared have the same story.
No, they don't.
The day after the children about the fight on the first day I met him, and I also learned that his mother, Janie McKenzie, kicked Malaya's family members off the property. After that,
let me find it 1 second, guys.
I was looking through the Facebook page of the children's school to understand what their school life was like. I was really just curious about the types of things they did at school and, what their lives were like
RCMP.
there. And I came across a photo of Jack with a black eye. And so that photo was dated December 13th, 2024. It was 5 months before he and Lily disappeared.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think they didn't send the kids to school Thursday, most likely because of Lily's black eye rather than having a cough. I don't buy the cough at all. I don't buy it. You cannot convince me that Lily and Jack had a cough and that it was enough to keep them home from school.
I asked Daniel how Jack received the black eye in December, and he didn't respond. But in private Facebook messages that were shared with me, he acknowledged that Jack had many black eyes. He said Lily even had a black eye when Jack and Lily disappeared from an incident that happened on May 1st, the day before the children went missing.
I was thinking last night, is Malaya a different type of person? I don't think so, but I try to think of all scenarios, just about anything that is possible, a possibility. And I was thinking last night, Daniel knew Malaya was done. It was over. She got her washing her car or washing her laundry. She got her license that day, license plate or whatever. And did she go in there that night and say, we're done, we had a fight or whatever? And Daniel was furious. And after Malaya went to bed, could he have done something without her really knowing what was going on? But then I think, why wouldn't Malaya say something the next morning or when she knew? Why wouldn't she? Why would a mother, right? Like, let's say you go to bed and you have a psycho that you're breaking up with, and he wants to cause you pain, which is the number one reason for filicide. Parents who they will unalive their kids or their stepkids just to hurt their ex. Even if it hurts them that they're unaliving their own kid, is that the more pain for them is that the ex's pain, right? That the ex caused them pain and they want to get back. And I think, well, she could be scared. She could be scared. But then I think she's not scared anymore. Like, there's no way she could be not say something for her kids. You get what I mean? My concern is started regarding something with Lily. See, I've heard that Jack got the most. Jack was the one who got the one that was they took out the aggression on, allegedly. Right? Thank you thank you, Sarah. Thank you, love. Appreciate you for giving people on necklaces. Very kind of you both. Thank you so much, Sarah. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our girl, Sarah, coming in clutch. Thank you so much, my dear. Much love to you. Appreciate you. Every time I hear that, it absolutely breaks my heart. That little boy went through with both of them. Yeah. Yeah.
He said a Tonka truck that she pushed down on swung up and hit her in the face.
We know that Scott Armstrong, Nova Scotia's minister responsible for child welfare.
Okay. You can do a list of the things that line up of a child going missing before a child goes missing. And this has all the boxes, all of the boxes. So it's really hard for me to understand how someone doesn't question at least one of the parents. At least one of the parents, right?
Like, it's totally different from the rules that we subscribe to, that we adhere to as journalists, and that became
So
find the spot.
One of the questions that kept coming up was, where is the children's biological father? And that's what
we had a pretty good relationship up until.
What do you remember about the kids? Like, how do we describe them to people who never met them?
They're reminding me of a little girl that lived in her own dream world. She'd play with her toys.
Also,
but he quiet.
Daniel, you said Malaya? You said Malaya? Or, sorry, you said Jack. I apologize. Got out when he was 2 years old, when you lived with Patty. Where's the receipts on that? Does anyone actually believe that Jack got out when he was 2 years old and vanished for a little bit until he was found? I don't. They said that they had asked them, Did Jack or Lily ever, get out on their own? No. Also, even if he did get out and he disappeared, then why the freak did you not put some locks and stuff on that door? You put a lock on the refrigerator. Think about that, guys. He put a lock. They got a lock on the refrigerator, but they can't lock the damn door. Right? They'll lock the refrigerator. What, Justin? I need to tell you something. My bro is on math very bad. I'm very sorry, Watt. He is not the same person he was now. He has went and busted someone's patio door out, walked into, no one was home. He does weird stuff. So, Daniel, it can get, I'm very sorry what your brother is and your family is going through that. It's really bad. Math will age you, and you just never, sometimes you never come back the same. You just never come back the same. You know what I mean? Oh, Canadian, thank you, lovely. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, love. Thank you, Miss Canadian, for gifting 2 pearl necklaces. Really, really do appreciate you, Canadian. Thank you so very, very much, my love. You received one of those pearl necklaces. Make sure you thank our dear Canadian cookie. Really, really do appreciate you, my dear Canadian cookie. Oh, Daphne, honey, thank you. You don't have to do that. Thank you so much, Daph. Thank you so much, Daphne. Miss Daphne is amazing. Thank you so much, Daphne. Really do appreciate you. And I'm so glad people are going over to your channel and supporting you and showing you love. You're amazing. You're amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. There's 3 people that know what happened to the beautiful babies, and I can't wait until you're all behind bars. I agree. Okay, let me just find this one little part, and then we got to move on to something else.
I don't think you can make anybody understand.
That is hurt. That is pain. That is raw. That is real. You don't even know what real is, Daniel. You either, Malaya. When I hear Belinda in this recording, to know that love, when you love someone like that, your heart just, it aches. It's more than a hurt. It really is just throbs with pain. You can't explain it. Shit a brick. I was muted. What's the last thing I said? My microphone must have went out. 1 second. I was muted. Sorry. My microphone must have went out for a second. It mutes after it does that. Let me just play this 1 second.
What struck me
about Belinda is that she understood and described a change in Malaya that she noticed over the last few years.
I thought her gift was being a mom. That I really thought that was her God-given gift, that she seemed to just breeze through it. She was actually everything a grandmother could want for a mom.
Really?
Okay.
She was an excellent mom. An excellent mom. She didn't raise her voice. She had more patience than I had as a mom.
Wow. And so, what do you think happened?
Things started to change when she met Daniel.
Okay.
That
Kelly,
she had told us about meeting.
I'm looking for that lock picture right now. Just give me a second. He's not made an excuse for the lock that I'm aware of, at least of yet. I'm trying to find it. Just give me 1 second. I'll move on to something else right now.
And that she did believe it was going somewhere, so I was happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, well, as long as he makes her happy, because kids are happy if mom's happy.
Yeah.
And we kept in communication that the kids' birthdays and Christmas, that she was staying with her grandmother at that time in Truro.
Yeah.
So we would go there to drop off the kids' birthday gifts or Christmas gifts and visit with them. Then we noticed that it started to change a bit.
And what kind of change did you notice in her?
She started to get distance. That the last visit she had them here, that was in the summer before Jack's birthday, so that probably would have been around July or August.
Mm-hmm.
She did make the comment that it bothered Daniel coming to visit us. That he assumed that she was coming so she could run into Cody. And I thought, well, I mean, they're only young.
Can you imagine? If Malaya wanted to still be with Cody, she wouldn't have left him to been with your sorry ass Daniel. So, save it. I don't think she could have went anywhere. I guarantee you he was the type of guy that checked the miles on the car every day. Every day. She had to have her location on at all times. Hey, Belinda, darling. God bless you. We love you, Belinda. I bet you she had to have her location on all the time and her phone. It was constant. Constant. I could not be in a relationship like that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for one day. Couldn't do it for one day. Hey, Wolfie. At all. Okay. Here we go. I can't find the refrigerator picture. I showed it the other day. I've got it somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. In an article they wrote in August, it was when they did that really big piece, which we need to go over again. It is very informative. Probably the most informative. It's like a 25-minute reading article. It's really long. Read this right here. On May 8th, from someone, this is, however, there is at least one account of strange activity at the mobile home that night. RCMP spokesperson Corporal Carly McCann confirmed that police received a tip on May 8th from someone who described hearing a vehicle come and go from the mobile home throughout the night before the children were missing. Quote, investigators are continuing to review and assess more than 600 tips from the public and follow up on over 800 tasks, end quote. The RCMP spokesperson said in August. A neighbor who spoke to the Globe said they reported this information on May 8th. The neighbor said they were working on a vehicle in their yard when they heard the same loud 5-speed car come and go from the trailer about 6 times from midnight to 5 a.m. After the children's disappearance, the neighbor considered it an important information, definitely, and reported it to police. The Globe agreed not to name the neighbor because the concern of their safety in the community. You know something? I don't like personally what the RCMP commented on these neighbors because they're already feeling the heat, right? There's a lot of toxicity. And the RCMP have always been asking for tips and all of that. And they come out here and say, well, there's not this, there's not that from the neighbors. Again, just because you don't have video doesn't mean it didn't happen. The question is now, did they even check these vehicles? Did they even check them? So look at this right here. I think I went over a little bit of this last night, but excuse me. All right. Police began pounding the door into the early hours of the next morning. They came to the door of Daniel's father, Earl Martell, a retired tire plant worker who lives atop a hill in a bungalow he built himself 40 years ago. Officers peered with flashlights into the corner of his living room, jumbled with craft supplies and Hot Wheels of Daniel's 2 school-aged biological children who often visited on the weekends. Earl guided police into the yard, the old campers, and the derelict log cabin filled with junk, and Daniel's old model black sedan in need of repairs he couldn't afford. Did they check other vehicles from other properties? I do too, Teddy Bear. I believe them. I can tell you this. I believe them a hell of a lot more than I believe Daniel, because he's lied over and over and over again. Right? So he can save it, is what he can do. Okay. Now, Daniel says, maybe I should do that next. 1 second. Okay. Trying to think. Give me a second, guys. It was that or that. Okay. When Daniel, there's 2 interviews that Daniel did. The one sit-down interview, there's this one. It's hard to find that one. There's one that Belinda did, and there's a mix-up. Oh, did I see this? Hold on. Okay, yeah, I saw that. That one's with Sunny. Okay. All right. There is a it might be this one. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. This is it. Sorry, it took me a second, guys. I apologize.
Are you able to authorize and start getting some search teams going to the Gerlach location?
Maria, thank you so much. Wow, thank you, love. Really do appreciate you. Maria Antonia, thank you so much, my dear, for gifting 5 pearl necklaces and becoming a pearl yourself. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, Miss Maria. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. If you received one of those pearl necklaces, make sure you thank our girl, Maria. Okay. Oh, thank you for that. Nope, that's not the one. I got a much better picture than that. You can't see the lock here on that one. Someone just sent me a picture. But you can't really, not on that one, Sassy. Can't really see it on that one. Thank you so much, Miss Maria. Appreciate you, love.
Radio chatter. Search crews and first responders mobilizing in a quest no one dreamed would take this long.
Daniel owns the sedan. But he says he takes his car keys twice at first in the interview. And then he says, took the car keys. Then he corrects it again for the third time. And then he says he got, because there's 2 sets. Why do you say there's 2 sets of car keys on your end table whenever you're talking about searching for your kids, your stepchildren? Hey, Lobster. Into the interview. Looks like he's doing a cheeky sniff. Oh, really? It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me.
Just make sure mom stays close to the house.
Okay. Oh, let me see that 1 second. So this is the railroad. You could also drive on the side here with an ATV. You could get in the middle of it and ride as well. There's only 1 train a day, I think it is. Thank you, Lobster. Good to see you, my friend. Really, really do appreciate you. Stuffing your face with the lace stuffer. Nice, nice. I didn't go to bed till freaking 3:30 or something this morning. After I did my live, I cut the live to make it smaller because I know a lot of people can't sit and watch 4 hours of me. So I wanted just to kind of do that into a video and stuff, and that stuff takes forever to do. Why would the cops be interested in 2 sets of car keys? Well, and I would like to see the muddy car keys that was on the hot water tank. That certainly looks a hell of a lot like a Subaru. 3:30 a.m. That's when I got joyous. Oh my God. And I got up at 5:45. I hit the snooze for another 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, no. I've only got like 2 hours of sleep. Watch from Ireland. We love the Irish. The muddy car keys. Yeah. They are muddy.
Just make sure mom stays close to the house there in case they happen to.
That kind of makes me think, yeah, the muddy Subaru key fob. You don't get mud from, you don't get your key fob muddy whenever you are, okay, there we go. Oh, this is a different one. I have not seen this one. From your key fob being in the car, right? Like you get that if you're outside. See the lock? See the lock? The other one I have, it's locked, but this is the lock. It snaps on the other side. Oh, that means so much, Missy. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. Thank you, sweetheart. That means quite a bit. Thank you. Truly, thank you so much. Hey, Peas, good to see you, love. Okay, let's listen to this real quick.
Sneak out and get back into the house.
I want to hear about Daniel. Daniel says something very important right
deep
here.
in rural Nova Scotia, 140 kilometers northeast of Halifax, the last known location.
A lot of area to cover. We're out in the sticks here.
Oh, hold on.
Not one, but two missing.
Boss Man says 3 trains a day. I heard there was just like 1, maybe 2, but
children,
yeah,
a dog that
3.
barks at everything, a mother who left on the second day, a father who hasn't seen the kids in 3 years, and a stepfather trying to piece things together.
It's been a long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanting to know like what happened.
The mystery of what happened to 6-year-old Lily Mae Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack William James Sullivan is indeed gripping the country and beyond. It is Friday, May 2nd. Martell and his partner Malaya Brooks-Murray, the children's mother, are having...
Canadians and the British do documentaries the best. Hands down. Hands down. They do it best. I love the Canadian and the British documentaries. It has like, to me, it has like the, I don't know, it's like a more authentic feel than the American documentaries. And it has like the old, almost kind of like the old Americans, like how we did it in the early 2000s or mid 2000s feel. I just love it in their voice. Thank you, Shenanigans. Appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much, Justin. Bossman, do you know if Justin Martell lived or stayed at 1407 Acton Kirkland? We don't. We don't. I will say that he was certainly there, and when Belinda was there, Malaya said that they were staying. She said, Belinda's in here. I forget. She said they were mom or Daniel's mom and brother staying over there or something to that effect. Maybe that's what it is, Webbs. It's slower and feels more personal. Maybe that's what it is. I don't like pictures that constantly flash. Like, you know how like action movies, like the newer movies, I cannot stand to watch. I hate pictures that it'll jump to this, to that, back to this, back to that. I can't even get my eyes focused. But we don't know. We don't either. We just don't know. If I do believe Justin was there. I do. I absolutely do. So thank you so much, Shenanigans. Appreciate you. Suzanne, thank you, love. Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being a member. Good to see you, Miss Suzanne. Hopefully you and yours are well. Thank you, sweetie. I can't do 3D. I get dizzy. There's this. Did you guys see that? It's called the Spear or something they did in Las Vegas. It's a building. And it's the outside and the inside is a screen. The whole building. It's like a spear. And it ended up costing billions, over $1 billion with a B.
Having a lazy morning with their...
But you can go there and watch like The Wizard of Oz, and like when the witch shakes the tree and stuff, like apples will come down.
Baby. Lily and Jack are in the kitchen alone.
Malaya and baby were sleeping.
Hold on.
Murray,
I hear stuff new all the time.
Children's mother, are having a lazy morning with their baby. Lily and Jack are in the kitchen alone.
So Lily's in the kitchen now? Lily's in the kitchen in this one? I agree, Karen. I agree. Hey, Mama Angie. Yep. I knew I heard it. I caught it right there. Now, she's in the kitchen here.
Malaya and baby were asleep. Lily came in multiple times. I was not in deep sleep by any means. And then about 20 minutes passed, and then when I woke up, Malaya was right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said, I don't hear.
That's another inconsistency. In the RCMP, and also what Malaya said, she was awake and Martell was asleep. But he always says Malaya was asleep and he was awake.
Lily and Jack.
The specific part I'm getting to here.
The time, no one will say for sure, but police say it was around 10 a.m. when they got a 911 call.
Nobody will say for sure. Notice how police wouldn't say anything for sure. We said 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, right? Later, the RCMP documents come out 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, right? With the dispatch and all that. Notice how they wouldn't talk about the blanket. RCMP would not mention the pink blanket. I specifically drug Daniel's ass on that blanket. Guess what? Now they say, yeah, it was set up. Yep, someone placed it there, right? Now we're saying there's a fucking car. Pardon my French, because it aggravates me. RCMP, what's next? You going to say anything about the car next?
I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like...
I ran up to the woods. All right, now listen to this. Very important right here.
One call.
I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like 30 seconds. I came right back down. She was on the...
Okay. Now let me show you this, because y'all are going to flip out. You heard him right there. Just say 30 seconds. Listen to this. Daniel wrote this before he did this interview. All right. While she's calling 911, I ran up to the kids' cabins. Okay, not a problem. Saying the same thing. That's the same thing. To check. And when I was screaming for the kids on my way back down, that's when Mom came out of the RV and confronted Malaya. Okay? There's a confrontation here. But that's not what I'm really talking about, right, in this part. And Malaya, Mom said, Malaya, what's up? Malaya turned around and said to the kids are missing. Mom said, how long? 20 minutes. So about 3 minutes to get outside and about 4 minutes to get to the cabins and circle down behind the RV. But Mom confronted me when I was halfway back with her 20 minutes, she said. We have a time around 9:35 or 9:45. After I got back down from the cabins, Malaya was standing in the same position holding Meadow. I ran into the house and did Lansdowne Road. So he says here it took 4 minutes and 3 minutes for the cabins. Yeah, the wood piles. I don't know why they call them cabins. They're freaking wood piles. But he says 4 minutes and 3 minutes. Here,
the time, no one will say for sure, but police say it was around 10 a.m. when they got a 911 call.
I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like 30 seconds. I came right back down. She was on the phone.
So he says 7 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, and now he says here 30 seconds. So there's a little cabin mentioned that the neighbor has. It's her voice messages. Janie mentioned that the neighbor has. Huh.
On with the RCMP.
For 6 days, crews tackled an exhaustive search. The children's mother took the baby to be with her family in another part of the province. Her mother told CBC News the RCMP told them not to speak with news reporters. The RCMP says it just advised everyone to be mindful of the information they share publicly.
So that's another lie.
On May 7th, police scaled back the search.
The probability of survival is taken into consideration.
But search crews returned for 2 more weekends until the end of May, searching wells, mine shafts, and septic systems, even flying a drone beneath the home.
So they did check some mine shafts here. That's important to know. We need to know which mine shafts they checked.
The 4-year-old is wearing some blue dinosaur boots.
Police say they found a boot print. And listen to this in the radio chatter.
Families brought us to a location there, not far away, that there's a piece of...
Now, look at this. This is that river, right? Looks like something there.
Of a blanket.
Police won't say anything about a blanket, but Martell says a piece of Lily's blanket was found near the boot print. He says both children may have undiagnosed autism.
For a lot of people, This story just sounds odd.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that?
Yes, I do. And I see it every day online.
He's keenly aware the public suspects him, says the police did too.
Keenly
at the start.
aware.
Of course. The stepfather was always a prime suspect right off the beginning.
So he often.
Stepfather's always the prime suspect in the beginning. Well, have they cleared anybody? Not that I'm aware of.
To take a polygraph test.
I was extremely nervous. Especially with the first question they asked you, did you kill Lily and Jack?
If someone asks you if you killed a loved one, are you going to be nervous? No. Why would you be nervous? You didn't kill anybody. You're hooked up and they say, did you kill your husband? Or did you kill your wife or your kid? No. Why would you be nervous about that? Don't understand it. What he had beforehand to relax. Yeah, he's a weasel. He's a weasel. I think it would be a relief if you weren't lying to take a poly. Not a problem, right? Not a problem.
That was the first question they asked you.
Yeah. Yeah.
When did you find out the result of your test?
Immediately right after.
What did they say to you?
You did a good job, you passed.
Hi, Kayla. How you doing?
The RCMP's Corporal Guillaume Tremblay is not an investigating officer, but he speaks for the force in Nova Scotia.
You know, it's quite rare that in my career I've never seen two missing children go at the same time.
Was anything found in any of these searches that was deemed to be of significance? Even if you can't tell me what it was, anything of significance?
So I can tell you that the investigation is ongoing and that we haven't found any evidence to show that there was an abduction of the children.
So you don't think they were abducted, but you can't find them. How do two young children just vanish?
That's a great question, Kayla, and we are asking for the public for tips and information.
He said,
which is exactly my question. They're not in the woods where y'all have looked. Right? Now you're saying you don't have any evidence that cars went through there that night. You're saying no stranger abducted them. What are you saying? And then you call them liars when you get the tips. Exactly, Michelle. Exactly. Why would anyone want to call? They shouldn't have even commented on it, in my opinion. They should not have ever commented on it, in my opinion. He certainly is one. Dukes. He certainly is one. I see the deck has new wood on it now. I think they probably painted and all that stuff to probably get the kids back. Try to get the kid back, or at least somebody to, some
as the
custody.
force has received close to 500 tips, some that have taken them elsewhere in the country. But the only confirmed sighting of Jack and Lily was the day before they disappeared in Nova Scotia. Martell says the children were seen on camera with the whole family. Still, police are asking for trail.
Exactly, Jen. How is Daniel? Why can't the same statements the witnesses gave and try to discredit them? Please, someone make it make sense of that. 1,000%. 1,000%. But that's okay. We're working behind the scenes, guys. We're working behind the scenes. And they will see the lies. That's all I can say. They will. We're going to make sure that they see every one of Daniel's fucking lies and every one of his little shit grin lying sack of garbage that he is. He pisses me off. I never let anyone piss me off. He pisses me off. Trust me, we're working. Don't you forget it, Daniel. We're working really, really hard behind the scenes. A lot of us are. And we're going to make sure that the RCMP and others know every single inconsistency that you have said since May 2nd, 2025, up until said date. It's coming.
Camera footage in the area dating back 5 days. They say they're trying to establish a timeline in the lead up to the disappearance.
So when teams are tasked, they get a bearing.
Crews have searched around 8.5 square kilometers.
Coming up through all of this stuff.
Amy Hansen has been the search manager for most of that. She's taking us into the woods to show us what her team has been dealing with.
The vast majority of it was probably from Fiona.
Downed trees from post-tropical storm Fiona 3 years ago.
This is actually fairly mild compared to some of the areas.
Crap.
From Fiona 3 years ago.
This is actually fairly mild.
Yeah, this is mild, y'all. Mild. Guys, please hit that thumbs up button. Come on, y'all. We can have a chicken party today. I want to know if Patty actually seen Daniel and the children in the vehicle while Malaya was supposedly doing laundry. I don't believe Daniel was there. Patty said in the documents, Jen, that when Malaya went to go get her license plate, she says the kids might have stayed with her, but Daniel and Malaya left. So there's that. So where was Daniel? I don't think a man is going to sit out in a car with an infant and a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old for hours on end. Why? Why would you do that? I don't think there is. I don't think there's not where he in the areas that he was. I don't believe that there were cameras there. And if there was cameras, it wasn't where they could see vehicles. Daphne did a really good live on this today about
compared to some of the areas.
Over a total of 10 days, they searched for 12,000 hours.
It's pretty much unheard of.
She wouldn't allow him in. Well, I mean, I don't blame her. You know, every time he probably visited, you know, a credit card came up missing.
In this province. It's the biggest search I've been involved in.
And she's been at this 22 years.
Do you think those kids are in the woods?
From everything I've seen, yes.
Why can't you find them?
They're small.
Do you believe they're in the woods that you searched? That part of the woods? I believe they're in the wilderness somewhere. I just don't believe they're where you got searched. You know what I mean? Root String, thank you so much. Welcome to the Pearl family. Love your name. Love that. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. Appreciate. Thank you, love. Good to see you. Kelly, thank you, baby. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, Miss Kelly. Yep, she paused big time. Exactly. That kind of lets you know all you need to know as well. If you received one of those pearl necklaces from Miss Kelly, make sure you thank our gal. Really do appreciate you, Miss Kelly. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Appreciate you, love. Thank you so much.
They'd be hiding. They would have crawled underneath something probably when they got tired. They could have gone further than what we searched. There's all kinds of scenarios, unfortunately.
And that's playing heavily on the mind of this woman, Lily and Jack's paternal grandmother.
Their smiles are just beautiful.
She hadn't seen the children in nearly 2 years, a relationship left complicated after her son, their biological father, chose to stay out of their lives. She says he has been questioned by police 3 times.
A couple of days ago, they had contact and they told him that they weren't looking his way anymore, that everything was fine.
She says she joined the search herself as soon as she heard Lily and Jack were...
Oh, look at there. They told Belinda's son, Jack and Lily's bio father, that they weren't looking at him anymore.
missing. She doesn't believe the children are in the woods.
There's no reason for any child to wander deep into the woods. There's just not.
The brush is just too thick.
It is way too thick. Way too thick.
Tonight is about saying a prayer.
She attended a vigil in Pictou.
No way in hell. Rachel, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Question, did the neighbors get busted after talking cops? And who called YouTube channels? Do you mean the theft? Is that what you mean, Rachel? That was 2017 or 2018, something like that, when that happened. And talking to cops, and who called, I don't know what you mean, who called the YouTube channels. I don't know that part. "2020, Karen said. Okay. Okay, a few questions. Okay, Rachel, that'll work. Thank you, honey.
Pictou County marking unity
right now. Lily's handprint.
She is pleading for any information that could provide answers.
Daniel, you see this little handprint right here? Every single human has their own fingerprints, their own handprints. They're real people, Daniel. Jack and Lily are real humans, real babies. Malaya, you carried these babies. What the hell are you doing? Why are you not out here advocating, or at least doing something? Why don't you tell the truth? Tell the truth, Malaya. Janie's got a rake. Bump, 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 bump. Let's see here. Janie's got a rake. Bump, 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 bump. Danny is a snake. Bump, bump, bump. Malaya can eat cake. Bum, 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 bum. Janie is a hoe. Bum, 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 bum. Dan, you already know. Bum, 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 bum. Oh my God. They are all half baked. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, Holly. Hey, Sarah. Kelly, is Kelly still here? Michelle, thank you so much. My dear, welcome to the Pearl family. Thank you, love. Really, really do appreciate you. Michelle, good to see you. Thank you, love. Appreciate y'all. Welcome, Michelle, to the Pearl family. It hurts my heart. The tune is fab, but it always... Yeah. Yeah. I bet Daniel knows singing but is afraid is going to be bad luck. You never know. If anyone sees Kelly in here, please let me know, mods, if you don't mind. I'm on a pothole to hell. LOL. Janie song. Oh my God. Daphne, you weren't in here the other night when I played. I don't think you was in here. Yes, Kelly. There you are. When I played the thing you gave me, oh my God, I laughed so dang hard. I laughed so dang hard. I don't know if I've got it. I was screaming laughing. It was so funny. I was like, what? Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where did you make that at? Hold on. Sometimes we have to cut up things with humor, guys, because it gets really, really heavy sometimes.
This nicotine patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me.
Daphne made that. I can't. Hold on.
This nicotine patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me.
Where's Durwood when you need him? Where's Durwood when you need him? That's so funny. Oh my God. Okay, y'all. Guys, I will be back here in just a little bit. There is I laughed at the one. I laughed at that one too. Oh, Janie, she's always... Oh my God. I've never seen someone just so angry. She's angry. She's angry at being angry. I don't know. Imagine the urine sample. My Daniel does not need a urine sample. I already told you. He is pristine, as white as snow. He really is. He's a good boy. He takes me once a week to the doctor. He takes me to get my pap smear, even though they needed rubber gloves, and a clam shucker, or an oyster shucker, some of y'all call it. Whatever. So, takes me to the vet. Gotta get the dog an allergy shot. as I smoke 2 cartons of cigarettes a day. I don't know why my dog has allergies. I don't understand. Why would my dog have allergies? I mean, look at this place. It's clean. It is pristine. I use the Pledge allergy spray. I don't know why the dog has allergies. Yeah, the clam shucker. My clam shucker. Okay, guys. I'll be back here in a little bit. There's some other breaking news in other cases that we got to talk about. And I don't know. RCMP find Jack and Lily. Go and do what you have to do to find these babies. I'm sure, Andrea. My God, can you imagine? What's the dog's name again? It's not Fluffy, it's Tucker. When Mama smokes, Tucker chokes. All right, guys. I needed that. That's good. Oh God, the clam shucker. Yeah, the clam shucker. The oyster shucker, the clam shucker. Crack Pipe is the dog's name, I think. Middle name. Probably does. I mean, my God. I think Daniel's got the mange with whatever the fuck's going on with the back of his neck with that hair shit. Needs to trim it up. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back within the hour. Much love, everyone, if you're still up. Thank you, guys. God bless.